Hello everyone and welcome to my CS24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I'll admit it, I don't get why Sarper Güven is suddenly a fan favorite. Did 90 Day Fiancé fans forget he's a bad boy? Sarper Güven is suddenly a fan favorite cast member on 90 Day Fiancé season 11, and this really puzzles me as a viewer. Shekinah Garner from Los Angeles and Sarper met in Turkey, where she was vacationing with a friend. Shekinah fell head over heels for the model, actor, and personal trainer Sarper. She decided to move to Turkey, even though Shekinah returned every other week to spend time with her daughter. The decision took a toll on Sarper and Shekinah's relationship, exposing the cracks that confirmed they shouldn't have been together in the first place. However, in the past few months, the fandom of Sarper has grown. Sarper is being praised for being a 90 Day Fiancé partner who is genuine and cares for his partner. Sarper is liked by fans as he has never cheated on Shekinah and has them convinced that he might love Shekinah as much as he loves himself. Sarper now has more green flags than red in his repertoire, which makes me question if we're even talking about the same person. About a month before she moved to Turkey, Sarper told Shekinah that he had slept with over 2,500 women. I found it funny that she thought it was a typo, because while 250 was still a lot for her, she was okay with letting it slide. However, Sarper responded by saying it was between 2,500 and 3,000. He admitted that he used to have sex with 4.5 women a day, but said Shekinah is all he thinks about now. Shekinah was nothing if not dedicated to trying to make her relationship with Sarper work. However, I despised how Sarper exhibited controlling behavior towards Shekinah. On 90 Day Fiancé. The other way, Sarper was in control of Shekinah Garner's fitness and dressing sense as soon as she landed in Turkey. To me, it became evident that Sarper didn't like it when his fiancée was speaking up for herself. He didn't obey her and even refused to make their relationship Instagram official. In his People interview, Sarper admitted that if he were in Shekinah's shoes, he wouldn't easily trust a man with his past either. However, somehow viewers seem to have forgotten everything Sarper did in his previous spin-offs. During an episode of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 6, Shekinah claimed Sarper had ripped out her hair extensions during a supposedly physical altercation. They had been fighting over Shekinah, fearing that her family wouldn't approve of Sarper. Shekinah had informed Sarper that her mother and sisters weren't talking to her because of their relationship. According to Shekinah, Sarper pulled out her hair extensions during a physical altercation that was not captured on camera. However, Sarper claimed that he was simply trying to take her phone, and one of her hair extensions came out as he grabbed it. Shekinah's sister, Sharia, had traveled to Turkey to meet Sarper. I was shocked when he started calling Shekinah by **** in front of her. He left a very bad impression on Sharia when he not only hurled several insults at her sister, but also dubbed himself an alpha male. Sharia had also noticed how controlling Sarper was of her sister when Shekinah mentioned the empty alcohol bottles in his apartment with memories of his past escapades attached to him, and the 90 Day Fiancé star fired back by stating he didn't like being told what to do. I'll be the first to admit it, I don't get it. Somewhere between his shirtless mirror poses and his eyebrow-raising rules about approving his girlfriend's wardrobe, Sarper Güven from 90 Day Fiancé has gone from villain to fan favorite. But how? How did this self-proclaimed bad boy, the man who once boasted about sleeping with over 2,500 women, manage to charm the audience that used to roast him weekly on social media? It's like we blinked and suddenly, everyone was calling him iconic. Let's rewind. When Sarper first appeared on 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way with his partner Shekinah Garner, fans were quick to label him controlling, narcissistic, and more obsessed with his abs than his relationship. He strutted through scenes like he was auditioning for a cologne commercial, made questionable comments about Shekinah's appearance, and seemed to view himself as the ultimate prize. So, when the internet now treats him like a misunderstood gentleman, it's hard not to scratch your head. Did we all watch the same show? The Sarper Paradox. The thing about Sarper Güven is that he's the kind of man reality TV was built for. He's dramatic, confident to the point of absurdity, and utterly unpredictable. One moment he's lecturing Shekinah about modesty, and the next he's lovingly carrying her groceries like a doting husband. It's like he's two different people. Sarper the strict and Sarper the softe. Fans seem to love that duality now, the irony of a man who acts like a dictator, but somehow melts into a romantic poet when he talks about love. Maybe it's because we've watched other 90-Day Fiancé men be far worse. Compared to the likes of Big Ed or Gino Palazzolo, Sarper's antics suddenly feel less menacing. It's almost as if his honesty, no matter how blunt or bizarre, has become refreshing. He's not pretending to be perfect. He knows he's a bad boy, and he owns it. The rebranding of a villain. Reality TV loves a redemption arc, and Sarper seems to be writing his in real time. Over the past few months, fans have noticed subtle changes in his behavior. He's less defensive in interviews. He jokes about his past womanizing ways. He even seems genuinely smitten with Shekinah, calling her his queen and defending her against online criticism. Some fans think Shekinah softened him. Others believe Sarper has leaned into the parody of himself, realizing that his over-the-top persona was never going to win him love unless he showed a little humility. But the most surprising part? He's funny now. His Instagram captions are full of cheeky self-awareness. He laughs at the memes made about him. He's turned the bad boy reputation into a brand. Not by denying it, but by exaggerating it in a way that makes people laugh instead of cringe. Fans stop laughing at you and start laughing with you. That's what changed. The bad boy blueprint. There's something about a bad boy who appears redeemed that always draws viewers in. From Tony Soprano to James Kennedy, audiences have a soft spot for men who mess up spectacularly but seem to grow just enough to make you hope they've learned something. Sarper fits the mold perfectly. His evolution feels like the reality TV equivalent of a romance novel redemption arc. The dark, brooding man who finally finds a woman strong enough to tame him. But let's not forget, this is still the same guy who once said he rates his partners. The same guy who admitted to breaking up with women because they fell in love too fast. Yet when he tells Shekinah that she's the one who changed him, fans swoon. Why? Because we all love a love story that feels like transformation. We love to believe that someone somewhere can inspire change, even in the most stubborn souls. And maybe that's what Sarper's fans are really rooting for. Not him as an individual, but the idea that love can make a man like him grow. A master of image control. To his credit, Sarper has played the social media game expertly. He's learned that transparency is power. Instead of running from criticism, he leans into it. He reposts fan comments, interacts with memes, and shares candid moments of his and Shekinah's daily life in Turkey. By letting fans see his humor and tenderness off-screen, he's built an image that the show alone couldn't portray. On 90-Day Fiancé, editing can make a person look like a caricature. Online, Sarper gets to fill in the gaps, showing his goofy side, his morning coffee runs, his dog, his gym sessions. All the details that make him seem more human and less like a walking ego. It's a calculated move, but it works. Fans no longer see him as the guy who makes Shekinah cry. They see him as the guy who makes her laugh when the cameras aren't rolling. The Shekinah effect. Let's also give credit where it's due. Shekinah Garner might be a huge part of Sarper's likability glow-up. Their chemistry is undeniable, passionate, chaotic, and oddly balanced. She's just as opinionated and confident as he is, and she doesn't let him steamroll her. When she pushes back, Sarper listens eventually. That dynamic has turned them into something fans rarely get in this franchise. A duo who can fight hard, but still come back to the table as equals. It's dysfunctional, sure, but it's also real. Their banter, their cultural differences, and their shared intensity make them watchable. And in 90-Day Fiancé land, being watchable is half the battle. So why don't I get it? Maybe it's because I can't fully separate the entertainment from the ethics. Sarper might be charming now, but his early behavior still lingers in my mind. The possessiveness, the ego, the comments that made Shekinah shrink a little in front of the camera. Redemption is great, but it shouldn't erase the past. Fans have a habit of forgiving too fast when someone becomes meme-worthy or self-deprecating. Sarper's newfound humor doesn't change the fact that he once treated Shekinah like an accessory instead of a partner. Still, I can't deny it, the man has presence. He commands the screen in a way few reality stars do. Maybe that's why people love him, because even when he's wrong, he's magnetic. The final word. Sarper Güven's transformation from 90-Day Fiancé bad boy to beloved fan favorite is one of the show's most fascinating turnarounds. He's proof that charisma, self-awareness, and a little humor can rewrite almost any reputation. But while fans are busy applauding his glow-up, I'll admit I'm still skeptical. Because for every joke he cracks and every tender moment he shares, I can't help but remember the man who once treated love like a competition. So no, I don't get why Sarper is suddenly everyone's favorite. But maybe that's the genius of him, the mystery, the contradiction, the enigma that keeps us watching.